I found something that I think could be some of the best songwriting advice that I've ever come across. 1995. That's when the first Foo Fighters album was released. That's a lot of years of writing hit rock songs. I kind of write songs for the stage or a set list. If you have ever seen the Foo Fighters live, you will know there's a lot of energy in their shows, and I think you can hear this energy in Dave Grohl's songwriting too. He writes songs that command your attention. Listen to me. Last week, I had a student tell me that his favourite band is the Foo Fighters. My favourite band is the Foo Fighters. That's awesome, I love the Foo Fighters. Why are you wearing a flat cap? Well, I think that being a drummer really influences Dave Grohl's songwriting. He's the guitarist. He had no idea that Dave Grohl was the drummer of Nirvana. Dave Grohl talked in his interview with the Off-Camera Show about how he approaches playing the guitar like a drummer, seeing the low strings like the kick drum and the high strings as being like the snare drum. In the same interview, he also says, when I play the drums, like in a verse, I'll play tight on the hi-hat or on a ride or something like that. But when the chorus comes in, I want to open it up. Given his drumming style, I can see this influence in his songwriting as well as in his guitar playing. They're full of energy and they demand your attention, just like his drumming does. Listen to me. I used to play the drums a bit, so I'm going to give this a go now. I'm going to use this tresillo rhythm that I talked about in this video here. In a video about songwriting with Kyle Gass of Tenacious D, he said, you start with the riff because the riff is going to be the most recognisable part of the song. And you don't really need to change like the way the chords are, you just change what you're saying. With this in mind, I'm going to use the same progression for both my verse and my chorus, and I'm going to try and add some variety with the arrangement of the song. In this same video with Kyle Gass, he talks about lyric writing. Do you know who writes the hits? Aerosmith writes the hits. Listen to any of those songs. It starts with the chorus. The song is all chorus. It's all chorus. Don't bore us. Get to the chorus. He also talks about approaching the chorus like a bumper sticker. They use the example, life's a bitch, so keep on trucking. And it's really good. What he means by this is to keep it simple, to the point, and something that people will latch onto, something that's catchy. Latchy. I had a lyric idea in this video that might work for this track.
And never thought we'd get here, it's taken us so long.
The verse's job is to lead to the payoff of the chorus. My chorus idea suggests a journey, so I'm going to make my verse set a scene of being stuck in traffic on a journey that you didn't really want to go on in the first place.
Look out the window, all I see is traffic all around me.
When I started making this video, I knew that I wanted to talk about his being a drummer and how I think that that influences his songwriting and the energy in his songs, as well as a few other things. But as I've been making this video, I've found something that Dave Grohl said that I think could be some of the best songwriting advice I've ever come across. To me, the challenge is always trying to craft a song that is simple in a way that people will connect to it emotionally. New songwriters often fall into the trap of thinking that every line has to be clever and it has to impress the listener. Now, there's nothing wrong with coming up with things that are clever, but the goal is not to impress the listener. The goal is to connect with the listener. If you connect with the listener, then they will not fail to be impressed anyway. This is what I'm going to take away from this video. I'm going to start asking myself the question when I'm writing.
Why is that in the song?
A simple question, but one that I think could make the world of difference to all of our music. I can't believe the longevity of the Foo Fighters, to be honest. It's rare for a band to stay relevant for so long. Click on this video here to see what we can learn from another giant in the rock world. Thanks to my Patreons over on Patreon. It's support from people like you that makes these videos possible. See you next time, guys.
I never thought we'd get here, it's taken us so long. And now that we're here, we better not